Hi, welcome back to the Drummond channel on Tuesday, January 23rd. This is a pretty short update on the yen and the E-mini, S&P 500 E-mini. Got some data coming out on Wednesday and Thursday. I want to see if we can identify areas where resistance or support will kick in, and not so much causality that the market's doing what the market's doing because of the data, but because that's where the energy that's what the energy is showing us, and that's what the Drummond geometry is showing us. As I keep saying, you know, it's that hidden market structure that we make visible. So let's get started. And first up is the mini, and I want to show, this is a monthly chart on the left, and that box is a what we call building the wall, and those are the oncomings, and they're all lining up. And then you look over here at the weekly, and then look over here on the right at the daily, and there are three different time frames that are showing this wall formation forming, or it has already formed. Another thing we'd like to note about this is, where is this wall forming? And this upper area here is zone 6, and we're upper edge of zone 5 and just below zone 6 on the daily chart. So the wall is forming. It's in the higher, I guess, the higher boundaries of our zone structure, and there's some higher time period resistance with the yearly envelope top up here. And is this going to hold, or is it going to break? Is this going to be what we call strong or weak? Let's put in a couple of Drummond lines and see how things are shaping up. This is a 5-1 down on the monthly chart. Over here in the middle on the weekly, we have a 5-2 down in this area, and we're setting up for 5-2 down here and on the daily chart. What does all this mean? It means that there are a couple of other areas of resistance that are bolstering this idea that we might see this market top out and start to retrace some of the gains that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. So once again, going into Wednesday, going into Thursday, you're looking at the daily chart, and there's quite a bit of resistance in this area. I'd be keeping an eye on that with the lower time period, the hourly, 15-minute, maybe a 3-minute. And when this economic data comes out, we'll see how these areas, how they hold up. You know, there's going to be that volatility, and will these hold or will they break? That's the big question. And right now, this is something to keep an eye on, because that is a lot of resistance in this area. Next up is the yen, and we've been talking about this for a little bit. Here is that monthly wall forming down here in the support area around 66, and also monthly envelope bottom and the quarterly envelope bottom. And we see that we've entered in a congestion on a monthly scale. We've pushed down into the bottom confines of congestion, and it looks like on a monthly we're probably going to start to cycle back up next month. On the weekly, going into next week, we're setting up with some buy areas here as well. Pretty good support coming in next week. And then over here on the daily chart, we have a daily wall forming down here as well. And what I like about what I want to point out about the daily chart, that this is something I've noticed over the years, is you see the daily PL dots coming down, and this PL dot here was an exhaustion, and prices moved back up to the PL dot. Yesterday we got up here, closed back down, that was today's bar. And now we're in this cycle here. When I see the PL dot swing so drastically sideways after a strong move down like that, I tend to see this energy not dissipate that quickly, and we'll see quite a bit of choppiness, and perhaps one more move down into this area that you see over here on the weekly chart. And that would probably finish this off, and then start to see this monthly cycle back up towards the monthly envelope top. So right now I'm looking for the yen to be sideways, and I'm looking for this area down here to hold, which is the same over here on this area on the monthly chart. But I'm expecting this area to be volatile, and we'll see how that plays out. Again, with the economic data coming out, and who knows what the Bank of Japan is going to release when everybody else is asleep. But this market is setting up for a push higher. Could be a significant push higher, in my opinion. And lastly, I made this chart of gold and silver, and the relationship between gold and silver. They tend to rhyme with one another. They tend to move in sympathy with one another. And here we are. This is a monthly line on close chart, and which one of these is going to catch up to the other? And that's the big question. I've been harping on this for a while. I'm expecting silver to play catch up to gold. We'll see what happens, but this relationship at nearly 100 to 1 is very, very stretched. And you can see over here, 10 years ago, that's the wrong color box. You can see how closely they mirrored each other, and that has just gotten more pronounced over the last 7 or 8 years. So again, be interesting to see what happens. I'm betting on silver catching up and having a very, very strong move up once this monthly congestion is over. Okay, that wraps things up for this update. Again, got a lot of stuff coming out Wednesday and especially on Thursday. I hope this helps give you some target areas to look at with the lower time periods, and we'll see what happens. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.